69.
Iowa City and Cedar Rapids, there are storms approaching. It looks to be some just rain and maybe a clap of thunder here and there. But rain or shine, the parade in Coralville will go on as scheduled. That starts at 10 o'clock today.
Yep.
It is 7:33. Lisa Barnes is here from the Summer of the Arts.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's Jazz Fest weekend.
Yeah, obviously we're watching the weather. I realize that 3 out of our 5 Music on the Moves have been rescheduled, which is sad, including Blake, who was supposed to play on Tuesday. Thank God you weren't.
Yeah.
That was bad. Yeah, that was
Pull
bad.
that mic up to you a little bit better. That's Blake Shaw, by the way.
Hello. Good morning.
Blake Shaw Trio, the Blake Shaw Biggish Band, and
Blake Shaw Quartet.
Whatever you need me for, really.
You're just you don't pigeonhole yourself. I'm only playing with 2 other people.
I actually was looking at the promo for River Glen and Flash in a Pan. I'm like, wait a minute, Blake's in both of those bands?
Well, not that night.
Okay.
Only one.
Okay. I was very confused, but yeah, so Blake's performance, which was scheduled for this past Tuesday on the north side, has been rescheduled to September 3rd.
Okay.
And we've already announced, the very first one that we had scheduled with Natural Habits at Terry Trueblood has been rescheduled for August 27th. We were lucky with Cedar County Cobras. We were able to schedule them just for the next night on Wednesday. And that was actually a beautiful night. So
Yeah, it sure turned out to be.
Yeah, you didn't come over.
I
was about to text you and say, Jim, walk across the street.
You should have, because I nodded off. Woke up well after it was over.
Yeah,
so.
understandable. But yeah, so obviously we're watching the weather this weekend. It does look like it's going to generally be good. I'm a little concerned about Sunday. This is our last big event, so we really don't want to have to tear down in the rain because,
And it just gets
it's just a mess and trying to get everything dry and stuff later. So hopefully we won't have to deal with that. But we're in really good shape. I was telling Blake off air that yesterday, we did all the street marking, put the no parking signs up, loaded the truck, and this is the first time in, almost 20 years that I've been working for Summer of the Arts that I actually have kind of a day off before a festival.
That's pretty great.
Wow.
It's unheard of. I'm already planning on a nap later. So, yeah, I've got a few things to do in the office this morning, and then I basically get the day off and be out at 6 tomorrow, and Blake's going to join me.
Good. You deserve it. We deserve it.
Yes. Yeah, he's got a lazy schedule right now since it's during the summer and he's not teaching.
I love being a teacher.
Yeah. I don't know. My husband's in working constantly still. He's a teacher, just different kind.
He needs to practice that.
So, Blake, there's a great lineup this weekend.
Can I start with the big kids first?
Sure.
All right. So on Friday, we have 2 headliners. The first one at 6 o'clock, this guy I met way back in 2000. I think it was 2008 because it was the first year that I was at Kirkwood, and he was a guest artist there.
Oh, nice.
And this is guitarist Fareed Hawk, and he's the group that he's bringing is Fareed Hawk and his Funk Brothers. So I think it might be funky.
Say, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it sure does.
Yeah, and he was so personable and a great guy. So I'm really excited to see him again.
He's out of Wisconsin?
I can't remember, honestly.
Someplace close.
Yeah.
Midwest.
Yes, I remember him talking about some Midwest clubs when he was here when I saw him last. So I think that might be right.
Okay.
All right. And then we have a really special thing happening at 8 o'clock. Some of you might be aware of the Iowa Women's Jazz Orchestra, which is a woman-led big band by Tony Lefevre and Kelly Suela. And they've had this band, I think it's been a few years, 3 or 4 years now.
I think it's been longer than that because we had the Sextet do a recording for us in 2020.
True. I can't keep
So,
track.
yeah. Time flies.
Well, they have a special guest. A very famous trumpet player, Ingrid Jensen, is going to join them. They're going to play a few of her originals and her charts and some other big band stuff. So that'll be awesome. And that'll happen right before the fireworks, as usual. And then on Saturday, We have a few headliners. We'll start with the really big kids first, and then we'll go to the slightly smaller kids. The really big kid that we have, someone that is not a stranger to the fest, who has been here with his own groups and some sideman stuff, and that's of course Mr. Matt Wilson on drums, and he's got his good trouble group coming, and that has a few awesome people: Mimi Jones on bass, Elisa Rush on sax, and a couple other people that I'm forgetting.
That's awesome.
And then probably what I'm most excited for this whole weekend, 8 o'clock on Saturday, we have Lakeisha Benjamin coming, and she's an up-and-coming descendant, maybe not really, but like John Coltrane lover.
Oh, really? Okay.
Like just a big wall of sound, and she's just, I mean, when I say up-and-coming, I mean really, I can't remember how old she is, but like mid-20s or something like that.
Really?
Very.
So even younger than you.
Even younger than me. I'm getting old now. And she's rubbing shoulders with like people like Herbie Hancock and stuff like that are really enjoying her. So we're like, we've done it again. I believe this, the Jazz Festival is really good at getting up and coming people that, I mean, we might not be able to afford.
Ready to pop, yeah.
in a year or two or something like that.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And then, Lakeisha and Benjamin and the Phoenix, that's her group that she's bringing. And if we go back just a little bit, this is another up-and-coming person. This one's really special because it's a hometown boy. Emiliano Lasansky will be on at 4 o'clock on the main stage, and some people might recognize his name. He went to West High.
Yeah, he graduated with my daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. So, descendant of Rich Med in that era of West High. So he'll have his group, and he's just released an album in the last month, so he'll be playing some new stuff from there. All right, and then if we go back a little bit, Friday we have the MJ group, which is a combination.
Side stage.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Side
Yep.
stage group, and that's a combination of current UI current UI students, and some alumni. That's Marvin Trong and Jerome Gillespie leading that group.
And that's at 5 o'clock on Friday, which is when the festival opens.
Mm-hmm, the very first thing. Mm-hmm. All right. And then the next side stage on Friday, we got 7 o'clock, the Wayne Page Quartet. And Wayne Page is an educator in the Des Moines area. I think he's going to start teaching at Drake here pretty soon. But this guy should be almost retired. He's been teaching high school for forever. But he's got a whole bunch of cool Iowa people with him that night as well. On Saturday, our first side stage performer will be the Kirsten Conway Quartet.
Trio.
Well, actually, I have some insider info that it is a quartet. Sorry.
Come on, Kirsten. That means my program is wrong. You're supposed to tell me these things.
We'll dock her pay. Everything will be fine.
You're not the fourth in that,
Nope,
though,
not
because you're on the
this year.
main stage
Not
then
this year.
afterwards. So.
Mm-hmm. So we got Kirsten, and then I guess we do have this other big band, the Blake Shaw Big-ish Band, just a bunch of educators getting together and creating some good music.
At 2 o'clock on the main stage.
Mm-hmm.
That's Saturday?
And led by a big dork, basically. So.
Now, isn't there some sort of jam session that you're hosting as well?
Yes, on Friday and Saturday night, we'll be hosting a jam session at the Graduate Hotel Bar, which is called Wilder.
Yeah,
And
right
they
on the
finally-
Pedmal there.
Yep, and they finally have a sign up, so I think people will
Hopefully
actually
they
know
can
where
find
it is.
it.
Yeah.
Well, they should hear the music, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this year it will be really special. We got a stage set up inside, and
Awesome.
it's just a little bit more official looking, and it should be a good time.
So Friday night, that won't start until about 10:15 because it'll be after the fireworks, and then Saturday at 9:30, right?
Yep.
So as soon as we get done, you can head over there.
Cool.
Around
And
then.
then don't forget to come back on Sunday because I always like like in the festivals. I like to coming on Sunday because
Yeah.
it's just
It's a different vibe.
it's a different vibe. It's
Yeah.
not. everything's kind of laid back a little bit, and it's just nice to sit and listen to the music.
And I like Sunday because it kind of highlights the locals. Like that's our local feature. So we got Trio Grismore, which is Steve Grismore, on the main stage, and then after
With
that,
another new group. He's as bad as Blake.
Oops, Man, I learned from the best. What can I tell you? And then we have Tennis Soul, which is a fantastic funk group that's been around.
People love them.
Yeah.
And they've had a few different different
Combinations.
people and combinations of people and stuff like that. Oh, they're so tight. It's so fun. I love that group. So I'm glad that they're closing out the fest early for us at 3:00. So it's not a late Sunday night or anything like that.
Staff really appreciates that.
Well, it's kind of a neat thing with the 4th being on Thursday. A lot of businesses are closed today and tomorrow, plus Saturday, Sunday, so a nice 4-day weekend, kind of like Thanksgiving weekend. And you're right. By 3:00, I think everybody be start to get back into work mode, and that gives you plenty of time to decompress and all that, and try to gear up for the next week. But
We have a lot of people who travel too.
oh yeah, for
So
sure.
it gives them time to get home and they don't miss out on anything.
Yeah, and of course the fireworks tomorrow night are always awesome here in Iowa City, and looking forward to that. And again, this is a free thing to attend. All the stuff that Summer of the Arts puts together is free, but it's not free to put on, as you guys very well know. You got to write those checks.
We do pay the musicians.
Yes.
Yes.
So help with that if you can by donating at the booth. It'll be passing the buckets around, and they've got a QR code on them where you can do a Venmo that way, or you can do it
Online.
online as well.
Yep.
Summerofthearts.org.
And don't forget, we have our high school performers that kick things off on Saturday.
Yes.
So Saturday starts at 11:30 with United Jazz Ensemble, which is City High, West High, Liberty Kids. And then at 12:15 we have the North Corridor All Stars, and that is led by Steve Shanley, a piano music professor at Co. Yeah. I don't know why I went blank there for a second. So anything else that you want to mention as far as performers? We got a couple other side stage performers on Saturday.
The only ones I didn't mention, we have the Toby Crawford Trio. I am going to play in that one.
Okay.
So that is another one. But Toby is a professor at the School of Music Vocations in Creston, Iowa, which is a little diamond in the rough, kind of.
We've had a few people out of there.
Yeah. And I'm really excited. And it's been around for forever. It's been around for a few decades, and it's really, really great school. So Toby is a singer and pianist, so she's going to come lead that trio, and I'll help her out. We also have Ritmo Quinto, which is a smaller iteration of Ritmicano from James Dreyer, the U of I, ex-retired U of I drum professor. And then we have Reese Pike Trio on Sunday, which is Reese is a friend of Vivian Shanley, if you know her. She's the bassist, Steve Shanley's
Steve's daughter. Yep.
Up in Wisconsin. So they're going to have their trio. And then the Sam Ross Quintet. Sam is a saxophonist from the U of I, leading some other U of I students.
Yeah, I agree with Blake. I think the committee does a great job of getting, some of those up and coming, hot people, as well as, like Matt Wilson, and bringing him back, but with a different group. The last time he was here, it was with Honey and Salt.
Yeah,
and that was many, many years ago. You played in that group, didn't you?
I just spoke one poem.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, so, and Blake has actually been doing the booking of the side stage for several years now, and he does a great job of bringing in a lot of talent. I mean, it's so cool to see, especially people like Emiliano, who've gone on to bigger things, and having them come back and be a part of the Jazz Festival.
Absolutely.
So the main stage, as always, will be up there on Clinton Street by
Yep.
the Pennant-Crest. Where do you guys set up the side stage?
At the other end of Clinton Street, so at Clinton and Washington.
Okay,
Right
so
in front of Airliner.
Oh, okay.
Clinton Street Social
Perfect,
Club,
okay.
where it used to be.
Yeah.
so you can kind of
Go
meander
back and forth. Yep.
And
Stop in the beverage garden on the way.
And the cool thing about it is you got them staggered. So
Yeah.
while the main stage is getting set up for their next act, the side stage is playing. So
Exactly.
awesome.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about the festival, because there's always music the entire time.
And the best part about it being free is some people go jazz, but there's so much other. Jazz is so super encompassing of different styles of music,
Yep.
and you're going to hear all kinds of them this weekend.
Yeah.
Just open your ears and have fun.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And we do have some new food vendors. So, definitely want to check that out. And there will be artist booths and fun stops as usual. Those will be on Clinton Street. And we already talked about the jam session, which we're really excited about. So Friday kicks off at 5 p.m., fireworks at about 9:30. Saturday we open up at 11:30 a.m., and then the jam session will take place around 9:30 after the main stage performer. Sunday we open at noon until 4 on Sunday.
All right, sounds good. Well, guys, enjoy your holiday and get some rest because you're going to need it for the weekend.
Yep, check out summerthearts.org for all the information.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.